Hello everyone, this is Andrew, the Archon Philosopher, talking philosophy to the philosopher in all of us. Today I would like to talk about the term intersubjective and how this solves the problem of objective or subjective reality. There's a problem here, and we see this all over the place, people talking about objective reality and people beginning a discussion of reality beginning with a subject, a singular subject, and how they live their life, and the inability to escape a subjective reality and get to the whole of reality, the whole lived-in world. Well, I don't see this as a problem. I remember coming up reading the term intersubjective at university, and I thought it was the going thing. I thought it was going to be the big thing, and then it just fizzled. It's gone, and it's still available. People can use it, and I'm using it because I think it's the golden term. We're not concerned when talking about reality with what any given person may think and feel and whatever. All of these subjective feelings are very interesting, and it's part of life's experience. Each of us has a life experience, and we have to have psychological stances, and we have to have value systems, moral value systems, non-moral value systems, and hopefully not immoral value systems. But we all have to have these things in order to navigate successfully a path through this world. There are dangers, and we have to have this. But this is no basis to ground any discussion of reality. You know, you could be hallucinating and have biases of all sorts. So we have to escape this, and we do this by introducing what's shared with two or more people, and that's what inter means, between two or more people. Hopefully everyone, or at least most people, can agree on certain features of their experience. So people have experiences, maybe the same experience, and then they intersubjectively measure it so they know they're talking about the same thing. So you know you're not hallucinating if someone else sees the same thing, and you describe it a bit, you measure it a bit, and you know you're talking about the same thing. And this is how we get to reality. This is a most useful way of dealing with this question of, and on the subjective reality part, this is a bit narcissistic to me to be focusing on this. It's psychologizing. It's not philosophy, I don't think, at all. It's a sub-branch at most of epistemology to focus on a psychological stance in the world. This is getting no one anywhere, I think, unless you're having some psychological problems, which I think is solved once you know where you are. But to focus on the subject, a lot of people are doing it, and I find it's leads people are aggrandizing nihilism and things like this. Solipsism arises out, and then you get paranoia and insanity out of all of this. This is just not good. Let's move to what we can agree with. Let's find some common ground about reality, and that's what intersubjective does. It just moves out of the subjective. Everyone has it. Everyone's entitled to it. Everyone's going to take their own life path, and that's going to be one's personal experience in life, and that's great. But what we can agree on is reality. So then we have the problem of objective reality. And I mentioned this the other day in a video, talking about this a bit. And with objective reality, what you have is you remove the subject. So there is no subject, and there's this reality that people try to get a grasp on but fail. This is the normal thing, that there's a reality that we're just not getting the full picture of. And then we just ask, who's getting the full picture then? Who's guaranteeing, confirming this objective reality, often called a thing in itself, a world in itself, a universe in itself, and we're just not able to access this world in itself because of certain limitations. Now, we want to admit, and we should admit readily, that our senses can fail us. And in talking about our senses, we have more than the 5 senses, which are normally the 4 physical senses and the 1 electromagnetism sense. The electromagnetism sense is light coming to the eye, and the 4 physical senses are hearing, taste, smell, and touch. But we also have senses of time. We have a sense of body position, kinesthetics. We have a sense of hunger. We have a sense of fear. We've got a lot of senses, and these help keep us alive. And as every Canadian, I think, knows, they have a sense of time that they can tell the difference between 15 seconds late and 15 minutes late when they're waiting for somebody at minus 40 degrees. I think a sense of time then becomes the critical ingredient to stay alive. So we have all these senses. We don't talk about them. They're sometimes hard to measure, but we can measure them and we can know them. So we have all these senses, and so, but the combination of our senses and our sense of reason, the sense of reason has been talked about for a long time, and these two together, we get the sense data, then we place some type of logical or mathematical or some type of system to organize this meaning, which is now information, which is now knowledge. And we organize this systematically in some way, and between the two of them, we still can't reach this objective reality. Huh? What? And yet, here we are. You know, I'm 61 now, and I've managed to avoid premature death. I've managed to avoid imprisonment and slavery and insanity. And so, how is my way of looking at it? And other people too, because it's not just me, it's a lot of people managed to navigate this path. And I discussed this also in a video on truth, that we have great success in using our senses and our sense of reason to sustain ourselves. If we want to sustain ourselves, we can, and we do. So what is this objective reality that we're not getting to the point where we can sustain ourselves in reality based upon our senses and our reason and our intersubjective experience describing this reality? Now, I said before, and I'm thinking half in jest, that these objective realists are talking about some entity to confirm this objective reality that we cannot see, by introducing a supernatural deity or something into the equation. Something that's eternal, that can confirm the existence that we don't see as existence of this objective reality. I don't know what they're talking about, to tell you the truth. Who is going to guarantee this? So this is the problem with any type of objective reality. And the intersubjective defines reality on common ground for 2 or more people. Again, hopefully everyone should agree on the basic outlines, and that's what reality is. We have all these flavors that we put onto this reality that we're sharing, the shared lived-in world. As Heidegger said, our nature is being in the world with others. We have to have others, otherwise we'd never get language and other features. So we have to be in a world with others, and it's this shared sense of the world that we automatically say, did you see that? Did you experience that? And then we come to some common ground, and there's going to be different perspectives, and senses can be fooled here and there, but we get the main outlines, and that's sufficient. This is reality. There's no one else out there to guarantee it. And if there is another sentient species, which I firmly am convinced there is, then they will have their own cognitive structures, they will have their own sensibilities, and sense abilities as well as sensibilities, I guess. And I'm going to talk about that multi-consciousness aspect more. especially in dealing with direction 2 later on. But whatever your perspectives on reality are, if they're shared, then this is reality. Anything private is a personal experience, and we all have them, we all need them. So I want to steer a course directly away from any subjective narcissist view of reality and the problems that entails, and from any type of, I don't know, semi-supernatural objective reality, and go towards what we have evidence of, what we have clear, intersubjectively given evidence. That's what we're looking for, is a world where there is at least some evidence, and hopefully a lot of evidence, that we are where we are and we're doing good here. We should enjoy it. Stop and smell the flowers. Really, it's a wonderful world, and we share it. Even if you have a hard job, at the end of the day, just stop and be amazed that when you open your eyes, there's being, and there's the world being for you. And it's the same for all of us. So we can live here. This is where we can be. So, in concluding this talk, hopefully people got something from it. And I want to just remind everyone that when we know where we are, we will know who we are, and then we will know what to do. Thank you for supporting this channel.